There we are. Let's just mute this sucker here. Okay, guys. Yeah. I don't expect anybody to be on because this was not scheduled. Look at that. There we go. Okay. We're live, but we're very unprepared. I'll wait till somebody gets here. We went down to a Puppy Palooza show today and just got home like minutes ago. So I rushed down to the studio, fired things up. Hey, Miles, it's going good. Rushed downstairs, fired things up, and have got nothing prepared after last night's stream, or Friday night stream, where we did the P1S upgrade to the P1S. I've got nothing prepared for tonight, but I told people I was going to go live, so I have to be live. We've got the K1 printing. Hey, Sergio. Yes, I'm live. I wasn't, but I am. And as I say, I'm gonna haul the rat rig over. We got a lot of things working on the rat rig. I need a little bit of help, with a little help from friends. Hey, Rex. Whoa. My hang on. I just lost my microphone thing here. I got to remember that there's a little bit of wire hanging there. Wow. I don't expect too many people watching tonight. I see that Nero is live as well. He's got a little more exciting content than I do, so that is perfectly fine with me. So let's go ahead and just organize a few things. I just literally came home, came down, turned the camera on, turned the lights on, went live, and this is it. This is me. Hey, Jeff, how are you, sir? Okay, so I'm going to manhandle. Y'all might want to watch this. So let me get this camera on here. I'm going to manhandle that rat rig and bring it up over here and see if I can't figure out some of the config files for it. I've got everything working. I've even got the beacon probe working. But hey, Jerry, sorry I didn't make it, Jerry. We went to Banff yesterday, went to the mountains, and Banff was it didn't go quite as we planned because it's too stinking busy there. So we came home and went to the pools in Airdrie and we went for a swim. So just to get out because it was so hot. So we went swimming instead of that. But we went to the mountains. It was a nice drive to the mountains and stuff. But unfortunately, it's just way, way, way too crowded out there these days, especially on the weekends. So let me go ahead. And if I switch to this camera here, if I turn it over right there, I'm going to go over and I'm going to manhandle this rat rig and get it over here. So, yeah, that way I have witnesses in case I kill myself doing this. I see you right there. Okay, so here's our Lazy Susan for it. Okay. Let's put that down. Now, the fun part is lifting this beast, which weighs about 175,000 pounds. I can't see the chat right now. Is anybody cheering for me to do it or think I'll drop it? Hey, Jake from State Farm, Jack Black. Okay, let's see what I can do here. How did I lift this last time? I ended up putting my head in here. Okay, see if I can do this. This thing is heavy. Like this. Oh, man. And like this. Okay. Oh, this is heavy. Okay. Okay, I got a part way on the table. Whew. Okay, we got a part way here. Hang on. There we go. We have a part way on the table. And I just have to muscle it a bit more. And either I'm getting older and weaker or this thing is just heavy. Well, it's got the band on it, which is heavy on its own. So let's just, there we go. Okay, now we'll just sort of walk it on like so. And I can switch back to this. Because yeah, now I can go around. Oh, and move this on. Now I can just, there we go. There, it's on. It's heavy. I don't know how much exactly that weighs. I would have to guess at least 80 pounds. But she's a heavy beast. Whew, there we go. I think I might need a crane. Yeah, I think so. Slide table close. Yeah, don't hurt the rat rig. Don't worry, Sergio. The rat rig is just fine. Oh, but that's heavy. Don't hurt the rat rig. Okay, I'm going to go grab the power cord, which is over on the table I took the rat rig off of. No, it's not. I just keep dropping this thing. Come on. Where there's the power cord. I have a specialer, heavier, dutier power cord for the rat rig. It's kind of a big, thick cord. Let's plug her in. Turn her around. Oh, plugs on this side right here. Okay. Let's power it on. Okay, so let's go on. We're going to have a look. I'll show you guys where I'm at with the rat rig and where I need some help with the rat rig because I'm having a few issues with some config stuff. Tomorrow my back will hurt. You know what, Jerry? You might just be right. That might just hurt tomorrow. Did a lot of walking today too in 33-degree weather. 33, which is what, 99, close to 100 degrees in US temperature. So yeah, a lot of exercise today. Hand pink waving. Marcel off. Hey Marcel, how are you? I don't know why it doesn't show the hand pink waving on there, but it says hand pink waving. Let's see if it goes. Oh, it shows on the YouTube chat that the hand pink waving is waving. There we go. Okay, let me pop out this chat because that's a little more realistic than me thinking you're actually saying to me hand pink waving. Oh man, how are you, Marcel? Okay, come on there. Let's make that window bigger. There we are. There we go. Okay, cool. So there's a few people watching. I'm quite happy to see that. I have 10 people. Yay! Just saying hi without saying it. Well, of course. Okay, let me see if I can't pop this up on the screen now. I believe my IP address for this thing last week was 207. So let's see if it's the same thing. Did a short hike and flying your drones and planes. Nice. I'd like to fly my drone, but there's nowhere around here I can legally fly it. Okay, let's switch over to display so you guys can see. Look, that's what I'm looking at. That's my display right there. Nothing hidden. Look at that. 12 concurrent viewers, 15 views, 4 minutes and 11 average duration rate. Hey, Joseph Jolly. Let's go here and see if this is actually 10.0.0.207. If this is actually the rat rig. It is. Look at that. It's going to work. I think it's going to work. There it is. Yay! No errors and nothing, and things seem to be working. So, if I can grab, I need the taller camera to show you guys what's going on here. Hang on a sec. Let me go over to this camera. Hopefully this camera is plugged in. And can I get you any taller? Oh yeah, I can get you way up there. Okay, let me just, I'm just getting this other camera here. Like this. Oh, there we go. Aha. Because this rat rig is it's a tall beast. So let's see if this camera's actually turned on. That's going to be the camera called. And then we'll start looking at the firmware here and configuration files, and I'll show you guys where I'm kind of stuck. and I can't figure it out in the configuration file here. That should be the floor camera. It is. So let's back this out. This is a very informal Sunday night stream. So there we are. Okay. So there's the top of the rat rig. Hopefully that's focused. I think that's focused. I think it's focused. Does it look focused? Looks pretty focused to me. Hey, bigger fish. Hello, hello. Okay, so I've got this to the point now where if I click home all, there we go. We can actually home everything now because my beacon probe is working for homing Z. I got to get the wire up out of the way though. I've still got to work on getting a loom for this wire. There we go. Now it's going to go up. The beacon probe's going to see it. Boom. There we go. So we're homing fine. So we got that all working for the homing. Where'd my chat window go? Lordy, lordy, I'm telling you. There's my chat window. Awesome. Okay, so we're homing fine. And why are we rebooting? Something's happening at rebooted here. We're initializing again for some reason on this. There it is. So we put in, and so how we did that under machine in our printer config, we added a section. Let's see. This is so different looking than the than my Voron clipper sections. We added a section right here, basically a whole beacon section here for the beacon. Mesh runs too, et cetera, et cetera. I cannot figure out though. So what's going to happen now is when I go here and I go to the dashboard and I go ahead and try to do the Z tilt adjustment, okay? I'll show you what happens on the Z tilt. So let's go back to the floor camera. And I'm going to do a Z tilt. I got to go grab these wires really quick when I click it, but watch what happens and see where it goes. There we go. Oh, now it's going to do it properly. Okay, it was not Z tilting homing to the right spots before. Actually, I think what it's doing is it's see how far over to the right it was there? Oh no, and it's going, now it's doing it right. It's making me a liar. Okay. Forget I said anything, guys. The Z tilt adjust is working good. It didn't do this last week. Obviously, I fixed something. Hey, Matt. So I'm not sure how many times it's going to go around. I have to hold this wire up in the back here. Otherwise, it'll interfere with the head when it goes back. I need to figure out a loom for this right now. So there's a Z tilt done. Okay, the Z tilt's done. And if you look on my screen here, over to the right side, we have tolerance range of 001. And our tolerance right now is 0. Oh, no, the range. Right now, we're at 001. So we're level on 3 points within 1/100th of a millimeter, and our tolerance was 0.2 of a millimeter. So we have a good one here now. So you need one of those keychain retractable strings for those cables. Exactly. You know, Marcel, that's something I may hook up, because then I would also have to, if I do that, I would also have to have something, say, that comes off of up here somewhere, somewhere up here, that I can actually hang that off of, or something like that. But I'm gonna figure that out. But so hey, I don't need anybody's help then on the Z tilt. The Z tilt seemed to have worked. So the Z tilt adjustment seemed to have worked on that. A hangman post, yeah, exactly. Now, what I need to do next is I want to do a mesh bed level and see how fast this thing measures the mesh. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm stuck, is how to get the mesh bed level configuration done. So let's see if I can find that out. And if anybody has a link or anything to some coding for that, let me know. So that's what I want to work on next, is the bed mesh level thingamadoober thing. Let's see where I'm at here. There we go. I got to move this. This is another different camera thing I have set up here. I set this up for yesterday, and it's kind of just in the way right now, but not a big deal. Make a Star Wars droid that holds it up. Hey, I rebooted. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what happened. But for some reason, it wasn't measuring the mesh in the right places last week. So but that's all good now. It's all good. It seems to have fixed itself. I'm not going to complain. But we've made some good progress. I've already tested to make sure that the hot end heats up. It does. I've tested to make sure that the bed heats up, and it does. So those things are taken care of. Raspberry Pi gets really warm on this thing. If you look at the temperature of the Pi right now, it's 45 degrees for the Pi. The Octopus is only 28, and the Beacon Coil is only 25. So the Pi is really running hot. I got to get a fan on that, or a fan in the back to blow across that Pi to keep that thing cooled off a little bit. But what I need is now a mesh leveling code. So I don't know if that has already been set up in the printer config. Actually, let me go back really quick. This printer config back, you like warm Pi? Well, who doesn't? This printer config back is the one that David Wilson sent me. Let me see if he has anything set up in here for mesh. Because he has a few things, like he has a 3D chameleon, for instance, right? I don't need that. And I've just been copying and pasting some of his code in order to get mine working, which has worked out really well. He has the easy ABL probe versus me with the Beacon. Let's see if he has anything set up here for mesh, which I believe is going to be under the macro section. He's got the ADXL 345. I'm going to need to get that in here eventually, because I'm going to be putting an ADXL on. I haven't done that yet, though, because I want to get one thing done at a time. 45C for the Pi isn't that bad. Oh, okay. Okay. Normally they run pretty hot. Your CNC has 2 bars with a hinge in the middle for its wiring support. That's not a bad idea. I have a lot of spare extrusions too. I could probably rig something up. There's the bed mesh right here. Okay, but that's under the do not touch section. So he must have a bed mesh section in here. There's his bed mesh. There's all his measuring points for the bed mesh. So he must have a bed mesh section somewhere up in here. He may pop on eventually and let me know. But this is where I kind of get a little bit, where I kind of need help sometimes, is when it comes to these different things. So let's look under RadOS. What configuration files are in there? Shell macros config. We have a macros config and a homing config. Let's see what the homing config one is. Oh, I don't need the homing config one. It's the macros config I want to have a look at. Can the control search for mesh? I can, yes. Now this is kind of freezes on me here for some reason sometimes. If I go back up and I go to printer config, see, now my config files are not showing up. This freezes. You see what happens there? It says it's going to show the printer config and it doesn't. I don't know why this does this sometimes. I think there's a bug in the software. Let's see if there's any updates. There are no updates available. Let's refresh the update manager. It could be my internet too, possibly. Yeah, I'm going to restart this. It's not responding. Yeah, I think it's Windows, because it's just not responding. Nothing is responding to my clicking here. So let's close this off and let's open it up again. And I get nothing. Oh, here we go. Okay. tends to lose connection for some reason. Yeah, this is Chrome. Chrome usually works pretty good. Yeah, I don't know why we are. Yeah, and it's just like hesitating now. I may have to restart the actual printer. It found it because it's initializing. Is Windows updating in the background? I don't think so, but I can check. See, it's not finding something there. I don't think Windows is doing anything. When you reset, you have to give it a sec before you start clicking. Oh, I get it. Okay. There we are. Okay, look, Richard, you were probably right. It's a matter of just being patient. Okay, so let's look under machine. Let's look under my printer config. See, why are you not finding anything in there? Look at that. Something is not going. Something's going on that board, because everything is showing. But when I go to my machine, where are all my config files? It wouldn't have started up without config files. Wow. It's reading, although the bandwidth, it's my bandwidth, it says it's 2.1 megabytes per second. That's kind of slow. Let's wait a bit and see. I wonder if there's an issue with my computer, or if there's an issue with the Pi. This didn't do this during the week when I was playing around with this. Like, I've got no config files. Like, it's blank over here. Nothing showing up. Let's refresh it. Mind you, maybe I'm tasking the computer too much by clicking too many buttons at once. Hey, Duff. It is, yeah, something's going really slow here. Let's check my internet in general. Let's just see if I go on here. Boom. No, see, the internet itself is working. Like, look at that. This is fast. I go to this. This is just a bamboo site. Oh, let's just go manual. Yeah, see, everything here, quick start. Everything's working fine. So it's not the computer or the internet. Okay, well, I'm gonna reboot the Pi. I'm gonna reboot the system. See what's going on here. Okay, we turned it off. Let's turn it back on. And we're going to re-log into it and see. Something is bogging that down. Let's give it a second. We'll give it a second to fire up again here. And we'll see if we can see anything going on here. It doesn't like something. Okay, 10:207. Okay, here we go. I know it takes about 60 to 90 seconds for that Pi to load up. Okay, there we go. We're in. Do I have my config? There we are. There's my config files. Okay. This is where we were at. And my CPU usage is down to 1%. That was way up. So something's going on. Anyways, let's just work with what we got. Go to my printer config. I don't think there's anything in here to do with mesh. Right here. Okay, variable calibrate bed mesh. True. So there's a G-code macro there. Variable calibrate bed mesh. Yeah, that's okay, Snapshot. I was late too. You're shooting bow with your daughter. Very cool. Very cool. Where else do we have mesh in here? Mesh main direction X. That's for the beacon mesh. Mesh runs 2. Well, maybe I just need to go calibrate mesh. Macros. I need to do a mesh macro here of some sort. So I don't know enough about this right now. I'm just shooting in the dark. Save and close. See, that should be much quicker. What's going on? I just hit save and close. There we go. Printer config could not be updated. I didn't make any changes. Okay. Can I do a calibrate mesh command? Unknown command, calibrate mesh. This is where I get stuck. Or maybe I have to call it the exact same thing. Anybody have a clue? I should know this, but you know, calibrate, variable calibrate bed mesh. Why won't it save? There we are. Okay, good. Variable calibrate. I don't even think that's the command line code I put in there. I don't know. Well, it accepted it, but it's not doing anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about a height map, basically. Yeah, I want to do the bed mesh calibration for the height map, basically, and then save the mesh. I just don't remember how to do that or how to do that with a beacon probe. Okay, something happened there. Yeah, but nothing, it accepted, it didn't error on that, but it didn't accept it either. So let me go ahead and do some looking. Let me do some research into this. Let me go to the beacon probe setup guide. Okay. Beacon query, which we've done. Probe accuracy, which we've done. Beacon estimate backlash. Calibrate mesh. Bed mesh calibrate right there. Okay, let's try that. Boom. Oops. Probably just, it's a matter of finding the right code. Oh, we'll home all first. Okay, let's home all first. And you're not homing. What's going on? The printer is not responding. Something is not right here. Oh, it rebooted. What the heck for? There, now it's homing. Here we go. Now it's homing. I have to lift this sucker up so it doesn't drag on there. Okay, we're homing. There's that red light you see come on. That's the beacon probe. Okay, now we do a bed mesh calibrate. Let's try bed mesh calibrate. Boom. Here we go. Look at how fast that's going to calibrate. Look at that. That's what I like about this. Look at the speed of that versus a BL Touch. Whoa. Okay, now it's going to go back. And it's told to calibrate it twice. But look how fast that's calibrating. Oh, I did a Z-tilt already. I could do a Z-tilt first, yeah. But I just wanted to make sure this was going to work. But look at how fast that calibrates. Okay, that is sweet. Now, if we go back to the display, bed mesh state has been saved to profile default for the current session. The save config command will update the printer config file and restart the printer. Okay, we won't do that now. We do have to do a Z-tilt prior to doing this. After a reboot, the stepper motors move and throw off the Z-tilt. Yes, so we'll do a Z-tilt first. So we won't bother right now. So let's do a Z-tilt right now, and then we'll do the bed mesh calibrate once more. Okay, here's the Z-tilt. Whoops, this camera. So we'll get the Z-tilt going. I've got to set my Z offset yet too, so although I did do that, but I've got to redo that. I did that as part of the calibration for the beacon probe. Okay. Okay, Z-tilt is done. And what tolerance did we get on the Z-tilt? Why is that? We got a 0.003. Our tolerance is 0.2, and we got a range of 0.003, which I think is pretty good. Okay, now we'll do the Z-tilt adjust again. Our bed mesh calibrate, we'll do that again. Here. Oh, you guys got to see how fast this is. It's so cool. Look at that. It's shaking a bit because it's on a Lazy Susan. Once it goes to its permanent home, we will do a input shaper on its permanent home, and it does the bed mesh twice. I got to get those wires up out of the way though, for sure. But look how fast that calibrates mesh. I love this. That's a beacon probe for a 500 millimeter bed. Bingo. And that's it. 2 passes and the mesh is done. So now I can go ahead and save config. And upper lowercase doesn't matter on this, just so you guys know it. People have always told me that you have to do uppercase. You don't. Either one works, because there we go. It saved the config and it's rebooting. And we're started up again. So there we go. So we have our mesh saved. We've done our Z-tilt adjust. Yeah. Fishing pole with elastic to hold up the cable bundle. Ooh, there's a good idea. There's a great idea. I don't have a fishing pole though. What do I have that I could do that with? Let's move this camera off to the side a little bit. Look at this tall camera. I need a camera this tall to actually see above on this printer, on this bench. So we got the mesh done. We got the Z-tilt adjust working. The beacon probe. Is that fast or what? Holy crap. I'm going to have to do a video just on the beacon probe. I've got to get some PTFE tube running to where I haven't even just figured out where I want to put the spool on this thing yet. I just wanted to get the configurations all done tonight. So I've yet to do an E-step calibration on this extruder, et cetera, et cetera. We haven't fed filament through this hot end yet. All I've done is confirm that the hot end works and the bed's working. So yeah, let me check something out here. What do we have? 15 people watching now. Yay, good stuff. And we only have 7 thumbs up. That's okay. I forgive y'all. Haha. Okay. Okay, that's done. Let's see if I can tackle this cable issue now. What I was going to use was some of those really stinking long zip ties, the heavy duty ones, which might work. I don't have a fishing pole. I do have one of those retractable keychain things, but then I need to come up with some way to attach a pole up here and a pole out here to have that hang on to. I've got lots of space above it for doing that, so that's not a big deal. Use a spring-loaded desk lamp clamped to the side minus the lamp. If I had one, if I have a spring-loaded desk clamp. I'm trying to do this with what I've got here. Let let me think for a minute. Let me just take a wander around. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm going to look around the studio here. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. I'm going to look around the studio here and see what I have just lying around. Because I got stuff. Like, I got stuff. And you just never know when you got to look over your stuff. And then you can you'll see something, go, oh, that might work. Let's see, what do I have back here? Nothing back here. What just fell? Okay, we'll worry about that later. I have poles galore. I have tripods galore. I have old bamboo parts from the upgrade. Oh, what's this pole here? Now, hang on. That might work. Let me go back here. I know you can't see me. You can hear me. I wonder if I attach this, no, that's going to be too bulky, too big and bulky. Okay, so let's not do that. Maybe this attached to the printer, and if this went in there, and I put that over to the middle of the printer, and drop that on my foot, I don't know if that would work. I'm gonna bring this back just in case. It's an old microphone thing. Yeah, okay. There's one thought. Okay, let's bring this over here. It's one thought. What are you guys talking about here? Let's see, where's the chat? The flexible tent poles should work too. Yes. You have a Walmart 2 miles away. I have a Walmart not far away here at all, but I'm not going to hop in my car right now. What are you saying? Hey, Dum Dev. Attach a long piece of string to the ceiling. Oh, yeah, but it's not going to stay where it is. This isn't its permanent home. So I'm going to just for now, I have this Thron Max boom that I'm not using for anything. So I have an idea. Does this tighten up anymore? No. So let me just see. Can I clamp this onto here? Let's just see. And this is going to be a temporary fix. I mean, really, when you think about it, I'll figure something out more permanent, but this is just for now. So I can clamp that there. And this is just dealing with what I have in my studio right now. So if I clamp that on there like that, and I need my little stool. I'm too short for this. Where's my stool? There it is. There's my stool. Ta-da! Okay. Like your ideas, though. Stream the road trip. Stream the road trip. There we go. Live from Walmart. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's give you guys a camera bird's eye view of this silly, dumb idea I'm coming up with right now. So there we are. Yeah, you got my light in the way there, but deal with it. Okay. I'm going to get up on this ladder. I'm going to raise this camera a little more. Now, if I put this in here like that, then I have this thing. Oh, you can't even really see it. But if I raise that camera a bit, then I have this thing just like this. And if I could get that little, because this will swing back and forth, except for this filament right here, but this isn't its permanent home. Now all I need is that little retractor thing to hold this up. That might actually work. That might actually work, to have this as a little bit of a thing to hold the wire. I don't care if it's bare wire. It doesn't matter to me, right? So now I just need to find my little retractable thing, and this can even pop down a little bit more. Actually, that'll probably pop up. I got to tighten this. There's a knob up there to tighten that, but that's not a bad idea. Whoop. And that'll hold the wires up, but I need to find, actually, just the friction of this would hold the wires up. And then the wires, no, I definitely need that little retractable thing. I just need to figure out now where I put that thing, but that might work. What if your Walmart in Canada is totally different than the States, and you never knew it. Okay, Richard, are you telling me you want to live stream from a Walmart one of these days? It might. I will almost guarantee Walmart in Canada is totally different than Walmart in the US. It usually is. Okay, somewhere in here. Now that's the thing is I know I have one of those retractable doomer thingies. But the trick is finding it, right? So, and if it's not in one of these immediate drawers right here, what are those boards from? Oh man, okay. If it's not in one of these immediate drawers, then it's going to be in maybe one more place. Let me go have a look. Keyback. That, yeah, those things. Keyback, exactly. That's what I have. And actually, I think that's the brand name of it too. It's a matter of where I put it. Oh, I think I know where it is. I think it's upstairs, but I'm not 100% sure it's upstairs. So I could go upstairs and look, but I could possibly waste a trip upstairs if it's not up there. But I could find something in the meantime. I'm going to innovate. I'm going to be creative and innovative and find something temporary in the meantime. Okay, and let's look in here. It's not in there. Let's look. Okay, now there's a drawer full of keys. Is there a key back in the drawer full of keys? No, there's not. Okay. That's exactly what it's called, though, and that's the brand name, too, is Keyback. Yeah. Come on. No, I don't know where it is. But I think that's what I'll end up doing here. But for now, yeah, I'm just over off camera here. You guys can see just looking at stuff. Oh, man, I got to go to a super chat. Who did that? Richard McLean, super chat, live from Walmart. Oh, you're going to bribe me now? Is this a bribe thing, Richard? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that is super chat. Thank you so much. That is very much appreciated. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Yeah, smash the thumbs up. It's entertaining. This is just I missed your little thing there, apprentice. You finally got all your stuff moved in your new home, and now you have lots of work to get everything set up. Awesome. I'm glad. Congratulations on the move. I'm missing some chat here. Okay, Richard, keep bribing me and I might just do it. You want soup, but you want to see what kind of soup they have at Walmart is my guess. Am I right? Okay, what can I find to put on there as a temporary measure? I've got lots of stuff. And then we will... I've actually got a couple jobs ready waiting to print on this thing too, but got a few more things to do before that. But tonight's goal was just to fix the config files, which I think I've already done. And then, man, it's just frustrating when I can't find what I'm trying to look for. I have that key back somewhere. I put it somewhere saying I better not toss this because I'm going to need it one day. But for now, I can just throw a piece of wire up there or something. Yeah, that's all I need. Just something to hold it. Oh, my goodness, we got some more. Jack Black. I appreciate that. Man, hang on. Look at this. Thank you so much, Jack. Super chat. And Snapshot FPV, also live from Walmart. You guys really want me to super chat. Walmart. Thank you. Well, you know, I can be bribed. You never know. I've never done a lot. What am I, Mr. Beast? Do you want me to go to Walmart and give a random envelope with $10 away too? Super chat. It does sound like that, doesn't it? Oh, look at you guys. That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. So meantime, let me just find a piece of wire or something. We'll tie that up, get it out of the way, even a zip tie. Just to tie it up and get it out of the way. Let's put a couple zip ties together. Also live from Walmart. You guys are making me laugh. Let's do that. And let's just zip you up top here. And I don't think that's going to quite be tall enough. So we'll zip this together. Well, of course, you twisted it. There we go. We'll zip this guy together. And we'll zip this one. It's going to be tall enough. Not quite. One more zip tie. Just a temporary measure till I find something more permanent. And this is just for testing purposes. Now, is this going to also let me turn this Lazy Susan around? We'll see. Bungee cord. I have bungee cord somewhere. I actually might have some in the garage. But that might do the job for now. I can even, yeah, look at that. That might just do the job for now. Yeah. So here. There you go. So you can see it's just sort of hanging on the top of that thing that's attached to the back of the printer right there. And I just got a few bungee cords hanging on the cord there to hold it up for now. So yeah, that's going to work for now. Hey, Shane. So yeah, so I think that's gonna kind of be a, let's go ahead and do a home on this and just see if the wire stays out of the way. Home all. Let's see if this actually doesn't, if the wire stays up out of the way. Yep, for the most part, that's going to get me by for now. Yep. Perfect. Perfecto. And for anybody that's here that hasn't seen this, I got to show this again. This is cool. Tent pole. Yeah, I'll find something. Really, really, really good ideas, guys. I really love the ideas. But for those of you that just joined us, let me focus this. And this is that in focus? Yeah, it's pretty much focused. So we've got the beacon probe on here. Looks like a crane up there. It does, doesn't it? Watch how fast this thing does a bed mesh. Let's just do a bed mesh. Watch this. This is with the beacon probe. Watch this. It'll do 2 mesh passes. Look at that. This is how fast we do mesh. Can you imagine the BL Touch, how long this would take? And there goes the second pass. And the wire is staying out of the way for now. Again, we're going to do something better with that. I'm going to put some sheathing around it, but we're going to do something better. This is just a temporary fix. And then one more, and look at that. 2 passes of mesh testing. Done. Like, boom. Incredible. That is fast. Like, holy crap. Oh, let's look at the height map. Ha! Who wants to see the height map? Yeah, that's about what it was before. Our range is 1.36 millimeters. That's interesting that that height map is so terrible. Huh. That means my bed is not the prettiest, is it? So yeah, but that's what it is. That's what we live with. So yeah. Which horn am I using? Which horn? Oh, I'm using the Duo. The Duo horn on this. Yeah, that's the Duo horn that's on there. Let me just home this. Oh, so something's, yeah, I just clicked home. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a hesitation on the home, but we're working. let's see, is this going to drag? Oh no, that's going to get out of the way. Let's move that a little bit over. Okay, so we're homed. The linear rails might be too tight, bending the extrusions. Oh, you think so? Possibly. Causing that bad of a mesh is what you're saying. I don't know. I've never had issues with the prints when they come out though, so I can't imagine. We'll see what we do. See what happens. So next thing I need to figure out is a spool holder position. I want to push filament. I've got to do an E-step calibration. We got to do a few things yet, but not a mad rush to do these things now that we got. I didn't expect to get the config files fixed so fast. I wasn't prepared for this. Linear rails are too tight. That's interesting. Heat the bed up. Oh, I could heat the bed and do a mesh too and see if that makes a difference too. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. We could we got a heat burn in the bed anyways. I've got to do a what, oh man, I'm just having a brain fart tonight. Let's take the bed to 100. See what happens. And we can heat it at 100% because we're running off of a PID tuning. Thanks, Jose. I could do a PID tuning in the hot end of bed yet anyways. So yeah, the bed is heating up really quick. 31. Yeah, let's heat the bed and do a mesh and see what the difference is. That would be interesting to see. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna continue looking at the RadOS documentation. Z offset we've done. Start print and end print macros. You can now start tuning. PID tuning. There's what we got to do. We got to do pressure advanced tuning, manual input shaper calibration, automatic input shaper calibration. Yeah, I've got to hook the ADXL 345 up yet as well. Okay. We'll worry about the slicers. We're not near there yet. Let's go to the PID tuning section. There we go. We're going to do the PID calibrate here next. .5 millimeters side to side. Yeah, Richard, you are so right. I was not prepared for this to work so fast tonight. I was expecting we were going to play for basically the balance of the stream on the config files to get the bed mesh and the Z tilt working. But hey, where are we at? We're at 66 degree on the bed. I'm just going to do this, do a mesh, and then we'll do the PID tuning for the bed and the hot end. Why not? It's got to be done. So and then I don't know what I did with my ADXL. It's in a bag somewhere. I hate when things go well and I'm struggling to fill 2 hours, but hey, that's all right. Maybe it's in here. Let's see. Oh, don't see the accelerometer in here, but it's probably in this box somewhere. Bed's at 75 degrees. Nice. We'll let that bed heat soak for a few minutes here. Then we'll do a mesh and see if the height map is different. So they got a brand new Pi here. There's got to be an accelerometer in here somewhere. Oh man, famous last words. Where did I put the accelerometer? There's all kinds of stuff in here. Wouldn't it be cool if you could heat or cool your bed with different zones in an attempt to flatten it? Wouldn't that be cool? It's not the bed, it's the rest of the movement system. Yeah. So I've got it. I didn't know, honestly, I didn't know that you could over tighten your linear rails to the point where it's going to cause that, a bend in the rails enough to give you that that much of a difference in your mesh. I honestly didn't know that. As I say, I learned something new every stream, guys. So everything else in that box is to do with the Trident, which I've got to rebuild. I've put so much stuff away that I don't know what I did with my rest of my rat rig parts. I have an accelerometer somewhere. If not, I'll just get another one. It's not there. You're willing to bet there will be a big difference. Okay, we'll see. We are at 91 degrees on the bed right now. Okay, meantime, I'm trying to find that 80XL for the rat rig. Huh. I haven't looked at it yet. I did a test print on the K1 today. I haven't used the K1 since I unboxed it, so thought I may as well get that going. And I've got to do a test print on my new P1S upgrade as well, eventually as well. So I'm at a loss for that 80XL. I may have to steal it off of the I may have to steal the 80XL off my Trident to get this done. But anyways, won't worry about that right now. It's around somewhere. I got too much stuff. Okay, we're at 97 degrees on the bed. Yep, that bed's pretty warm now. Yep. She's hot. She's a hot. So we'll do a Z-tilt adjust again first. Then we'll do a mesh and we'll see what it's like. So we're at 99.9. We're 100 degrees on the bed. Let's let that soak for a minute. Oh, no, let's not let it soak. Let's go ahead and move that. We'll go ahead and do a Z-tilt adjust. To you who are willing to bet, let's do it. Losers pay for super chat. I like that. Yeah. I like the one color of filament on the K1. Ah, okay. You just received your third AMS unit. Need to make a rack so you can stack it. Oh, cool. I have another AMS unit at the office. I wouldn't mind bringing it and trying to stack it and see. Ooh, is that camera? Why is that doing that? Okay, let's go ahead and do a Z-tilt adjust on this. And then we'll do a bed mesh and we'll see what the height map looks like. See if anybody gets any soup. Z-tilt shouldn't have moved much because the motors have all been engaged. And we're at 0.05. Second time around. No, the Susan isn't helping. No, I agree. But this bench isn't big enough to hold this printer. And there we go, 002 tolerance. 002. Okay, now let's do the mesh. Okay, bed mesh calibrate coming up. 2 passes. I just love how fast it does it. Okay, we'll have a look at the mesh when this is done. This is 100. Right now the bed is at 100 degrees, right on the nozzle. Okay, drum roll. Height map. Not much, a little better. We're at 1.158, not a huge difference. So we're really high on one side. So right there, we are at 0.587, and down at the bottom, we are at 0.571. So we're off by a little bit. Yeah, see? So it's, mind you, we haven't let it soak very long. So there it is, 0.587. And at the lowest point, we're at 0.571. I mean, the map makes it look a whole lot like the bed is super bent. I mean, we're only speaking a difference, as I say, we're only speaking from 0.587 to 0.571, right? But yeah, there is a little bit of a difference, but not a significant difference. So I call it a tie. Like, really, there's a difference, but there's not a significant difference. The extrusions aren't level, which is what is showing. So the extrusions aren't level, really. Huh. So are you saying, are you telling me I should tear the whole printer apart and restart from the ground up and get the extrusions level? The extrusions have got to be level. It's not racked. I mean, my goodness. You're saying that they're not level from side to side as far as this way. Is that what you're saying? In order for that mesh to look like that. So in other words, basically, we're a little high over here and a little low. Yeah. The right extrusion is way off. How could that be? Now, are you speaking parallel as far as like this? Or are you speaking level as far as the same height? Because, or are you speaking level front to back? Tilt front to back. Okay. Tilt front to back. And I know it's hard on a Lazy Susan, but if I were to put a level on there, I don't know if that's going to actually tell me anything. I don't. Where's my level? Where is my level? It's not stuck where it's usually stuck. Could it be the spanning thing messing it up? I don't know. But tilt front to back. Okay, well that, yeah, okay. So I see what you're saying is that front to back. I mean that we're different front to back like this versus the other side. 0.087, 0.071 of what? Oh, that was the mesh. So 0.0587. So on the mesh, if I go to the display on the height map, the highest point here is measuring a Z of 0.0587, and the lowest point of the Z, it's measuring a 0.0571. So we're only off by, what's 587 minus 571? That's going to be 16.016. So we're only off by 0.016 millimeters. So it's not like the bed is tilted. It's not like the bed is tilted like a millimeter or more. It's very minuscule, but the height map just makes it look, because the height map is so, you know what I mean? So scale, so whatever. You know what I mean? Mesh, flat, wireframe. Aha. You guys know what I mean. Less than 2/100ths of a millimeter. I say you're good. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. So, but I understand why. But I don't know if it's really worth spending a lot of time trying to fix something that's off by that little. You in that level. Yeah, I know, right? It's a little nice short little magnetic level that should be right here. And I stick it right to the side of my bench here. And it's gone. It's gone. Just like all my tools are falling. It's gone. Anyways, I'll find it later. Who knows where I put it? Okay, let's do a PID tune. The bed is, I'm going to just home that, put the nozzle in the middle of the bed, and the bed is already warmed. Correct me if you're wrong, but isn't the mesh used to tell the printer where to compensate rather than trying to make it actually flat? Yes, Richard, it is. The mesh is going to tell the nozzle to compensate as it's doing its first layer. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, blame it on the sun. I always do. Exactly. And then Dum Dum Dev said, now that you have so many machines, which one is your favorite? Honestly, my favorite machine right now is my Bamboo. Mind you, it's hard to choose between the Bamboo and the Voron. I haven't run the Voron since I've been playing with the Bamboo and the K1 and working on the rat rig again. And I haven't actually done a print on this rat rig since it's been rebuilt. So this could very well be my favorite, but it's hard to pick a favorite. They all have their own purpose. Can't register it till it's in a permanent spot. Jack, exactly. All these calibrations will have to be redone. The permanent home for this printer is right, if I switch to this camera, that table right there behind the camera with the little laser light thing, that's the table, that's the home for the rat rig. And that's just basically a homemade table. It's pretty solid. That is where the rat rig is going to live. And once that is in its permanent home, the calibrations will all have to be redone again, including and especially whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. Nah, HVAC 999. Thank you so much, sir. You guys, I like your little contests, and it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Super chat.
You can have your choice, soup or chat. Thank you very much. Don't think it'll ever be flat. No, not something this big. I mean, come on, really think about it. If I had a flat bed on a 500 by 500 millimeter, yeah, no, I'm happy with the way it is. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Different postal codes. Exactly. Prints won't be geometrically accurate. Yes, exactly. The number wasn't 0.02 millimeters. It was much higher. CNC maker, you're right. Any printer where you're using a probe or however you're doing, if you're doing a bed mesh level on any printer, if you're doing a part for, I don't know, it depends on the accuracy you want of the part, but CNC is exactly correct. You're not going to be geometrically exact. You can't on any printer that does a bed mesh level compensation, because your first layer is going to be, how do I put it? Let's put it this way. Your bottom layer, your first layer, is never going to be exactly a perfect parallel plane, because as your nozzle's going around, it's compensating for the ups and downs in the beds, right? But the average person, unless it's an extremely extreme bed mesh, the average person's not going to see it for the average print you're going to do. So, yeah. But CNC maker is 100% correct. It's not going to be geometrically exact. Accurate, yeah, it depends on whether you want to say accurate or exact, right? So, I mean, if I'm printing, I've not yet printed anything for a functional part that hasn't actually functioned because of an inaccurate bed mesh. So let's put it that way. Plus bowing in the extrusions, yeah. You keep Capcom tape with flexible plates. Yeah, and that's going to give you this. Capcom tape is just all you're doing is manually adjusting for the mesh. So it's same thing. You keep Capcom tape. You're still gonna, well, no, I guess that really, it's such a hard thing to kind of envision in the head, right? But I would bet that show me a printer where the bed is exactly level. Like I'm speaking just like, yeah. You only have one machine with auto leveling. All but one of my machines don't have auto level. You did a double negative, yeah. Yeah. So we'll see it when I print this, and I can actually, if I have to do any adjustments, I will. But what was I doing? I was doing a PID tuning. Okay, so we homed the hot end. Let's go ahead and we're not pushing plastic yet, Jose. Not quite yet. Oh, that was way time. Why is this chat in here not caught up? Holy cow, this chat is way behind on screen. Huh. Okay. I have to actually look at this chat. That was a long time ago. My one chat window is way behind the other chat window. It's strange. That is really strange. That was a while ago. Okay, well, I know which chat window I should watch, because this one here seems to be frozen, even though the image isn't frozen, but the chat seems, this is the StreamYard chat window. It's way behind. Yeah. Okay. Let me just, what if I refresh this? I don't want this to freeze my stream. It might. Just give me a second. If I'll be back if this does something to me. There we go. Okay, that caught the chat up. There we go. Probably printers that are close to bang on level, probably just ones not in our income bracket. Exactly, Duff. Yeah. The bed PID done yet? No, I got to start it. I've been talking too much. Is it done yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Okay, let me go ahead and PID calibrate, heater, bed, start, target equals 60. I'm not going to be going a whole lot higher than 60 on these things. Let's go ahead and go paste that in, and let's start the PID calibrate on the bed. Why didn't that work? Oh, I just have to be patient, I guess. Richard wants to know if it's soup yet. No soup yet. Why is the bed PID not working? Okay, my software. This is I had this issue before, where it kept doing this. I think there's something going on between my computer and the printer and the board. There we go. Now we're going to start it. Our target is 60. So we'll start the PID on the bed right now. Bed takes forever. Let's get it done. Nice thing is the bed is heated up, but it's got to cool down a bit now. There we go. Now we're cooling. See, this has happened before. It's like there's maybe it's to do with the wireless, but if you look, watch what happens with the bed temperature. It's going to pop down a whole bunch in a minute. It's almost like it's not refreshing, or something is not. I don't know all about this Windows crap and stuff, but that 96.6 is going to go way down now, because that should be showing me a gradual decrease in temperature. Pi is on Wi-Fi, and I think that's part of the issue. See, it went down to 90.4. Maybe what I have to end up doing on this one, and it's only this printer it does it to. I don't know why. It's on this printer. And then look at that, went down to 87.87. Now it's going properly, and now it's keeping up. Now it's rebooting. Look at that. But it's going down now. Did I run a separate power line for the bed, or were we able to find a 20 amp power plug? A separate power line for the bed. No, the bed is being powered off of the oh God, the brain fart. I'm sorry. Yeah, the bed uses 120 volt. Okay, we got to let the bed cool down. I had it up to 100. We got to let it cool down before it actually starts its PID. But now it's keeping up with the it's not freezing on me like it was before. So what I may end up doing, because the rat rig is going to have a permanent home, is I may just end up running a network cable into the hub, and instead of going Wi-Fi, just go direct connection. Yeah, I think it's Wi-Fi too. External antenna. Yeah, and you know, because who knows what's interfering with it too, right? At least now it's going. It's the frustrating thing is it's intermittent, and it doesn't do it with the bamboos. It doesn't do it with the vorons. So the UI is asking me to save config. It is. Oh, from what? Oh, that's from the that's from the bed mesh I did earlier. I'm not worried about that. We're going to be doing a final bed mesh anyways. We're going to be adding bed mesh to our startup G code, our startup macro. USB Wi-Fi dongle with external, so cheap, and now you can position it anywhere, a USB extension. Yeah. That bed's taking its pretty time cooling down. Mind you, it's stuck at 72.7, which means, again, the interface or the signal between the Pi and the computer is not necessarily. But yet, if you look at the temperatures, it's doing live readouts of the octopus temperature, etc. It's really weird. Like 71.6, it's going to drop here. 70.1. There we go, 70. 69.9. Hardwire instead of static IP. Yeah. I do have a, where is my, do I have a hub here? How am I plugged in? No, my network cable's plugged right into my computer, but I do have, if I'm not mistaken, I do have a hub I can use here. And then plug right into the printer, especially if I'm not going to move it. Well, no, it's not like I'm going to be taking the rat rig on little walks and stuff. Oh, they're right here. I have a hub right here. So, and I do have 2 additional ports I can put it in. What are the other ones going in? One of them is going into my ATEM. Coming from, yeah, one's going to the computer, one's going to the ATEM, and then I got one coming from my hardwire, and I have 2 more ports in here, so I can actually plug my rat rig into one of those ports directly into the Pi, and then I can do that probably even over to the Voron, the 2.4 over here. I could probably hardwire it right in too, since I have the two free ports. 6 alerts. Where are my alerts? So let's see what the alerts say then. Can I look at them while I'm doing the PIDing here? Oh, maybe this is why. Raspberry Pi supply voltage dropped below 465 at least once since the last power on. I have no idea what it means by RPI ARM core, where throttle down at least once since the last power on. Moonraker warning, failed to load the extension crow's nest. Moonraker warning. Beacon support and native adaptive meshing is landed in RAD OS. Okay, that's just so something about the Pi voltage. Huh. So that should be 5 volts going into the Pi. So that could be my issue, correct? Well, I can double check that after, because the Pi is being powered by an external. Oh, that's going to hit there. You can turn more. The Pi is being powered by a Meanwell 5-volt power supply, but I do have the ability to tune the output. So maybe I need to do that and have a look. Not using the correct power supply for the Pi. Well, why? So is a Meanwell 5-volt power supply not going to work for the Pi? Here, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys how I have this hooked up. You just pop these cameras down a little lower. This camera, and let's see if I can see if you can see this. If there's enough light back there, the bed's going to do its PID tuning, so we have a little bit of time to kill. Whoop. So there's what's powering the Pi right now. Is this guy right here. So we have the power coming from the mains. So we have, let's see. So if I'm not mistaken, we have mains power coming into here. And then we have the 5-volt out. We have our earth wire. And we have our plus and minus 5-volt going up into the Pi. So obviously, maybe I got to double. Let me get my meter out and double check and make sure I'm actually getting 5 volts out of there. At the Pi and adjust the power on the main well. Okay. Let me focus this sucker here. Measure the voltage at the Pi. So it's coming in through a USB-C for the power. Now, where do I touch it to measure the voltage? Okay, let me just have a look. I need more light over here. Give me 1 second. Let me move this camera up. So there's the Pi. Doesn't Pi like a tiny bit above 5? So the power in from the Pi is this plug right here. I need a light back here. Whoops. It's probably going to be too bright. There we are. Let me turn down that aperture on the camera so it doesn't brighten it too much. So the power in from the Pi, that sucks. Measure the power on the connector. Okay. So power in. Now there's not really 2 solid pins on there that I can measure. But let's just check first what the power coming out of the, let's check first the power coming out of this. Okay, let's zoom back out a bit here. And the bed, yeah, the PID on the bed is going. So while that's going, let's just measure. Okay, let me grab my meter. Mm-hmm. Come on. My meter cables are all kind of twisted here. Okay, I want DC voltage. And okay. Negatives on both PSUs ties together. The negative is no, they're coming through Wagos. So let's have a look here. Here, let me hang on a sec. Move this over a bit. There we go. Okay. Sure, that fell. Ah. Come on, stay. Stay put. There we go.
DC 5.08 volt. DC 5.08 volt.
So there's 5.08 volts coming out of there. And it's steady. Let's try again and make sure. And it even tells me.
DC 5.08 volt.
So we have 5.08 volts coming out of there. Bring it up to 5.2, you think? Now check the power on the GPIO connector on the Pi. I'm not sure where to touch for that. That's my, I don't want to short anything. I'm not sure where that would be. CNC. I got Siri in my meter, yeah. Where am I finding, oh, GPIO. Let me find, I need a light here. Let me have a look up here. There's my Pi. Is that on these pins here? Am I going to find that on these pins here? Or is it going to say GPIO? I don't want to short anything. 4 and 6. They're not numbered. Okay. I need to figure out which ones are 4 and 6. Again, I don't want to hit the wrong ones and cause a short. Now, does it go 2 and 6 for room? So, now are you speaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Like from the top, do I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Or do I count from the outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? From the top, Cliff, I should ask, do a search for Pi GPIO connector and look at an image. Okay, I'll do that right now. While we're doing our, we're still doing our PID tune. Raspberry Pi, GPIO connector. Amazon GPIO connector. Oh, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Second and third from the top on the right column of pins. Second and third. So 5 volt and ground right here. 5 volt and ground. So I can go to the top pin and the third pin, right? Top pin and third pin. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the top, and that was top pins are the red and the third pin's black. Top pin red, third pin black. Let's see. See what I'm getting. Top pin red. Okay, wish me luck. Third, top pin red. Third pin black. Come on, top pin. Third pin.
DC 63.1 millivolt.
No, okay, that's not right. Hang on. I'm shaky here too because I'm a little nervous about shorting something out. So top pin, third pin.
DC 4.96 volt. DC 4.97 volt.
Okay, so we have 496. 4.96 volts, but yet we say on the power supply we have
DC 5.08 volt.
So we have 508 coming in the power supply, so there's a little bit of loss. So I should crank that up a little bit then. Turn it up to 5.2. Okay, let me do that. Oh, and I just got a clipper error. I think when I touched maybe read my voltage. Anyways, we'll look at that in a minute. Let's go ahead and turn that voltage up slightly. I need to get a little tiny driver. Okay, I'll go to 5.2. Let's move that down here. And let's do this carefully. I learn something new every day. You guys are just seeing if I'll do this. They're saying that sucker, he's going to turn it up and blow us. No, I'm just kidding. You guys would not do that to me. Okay, I just got to figure out which way to turn it now. So let me just see here. Okay. Okay, what is going on here? Do I have this?
DC 145.9 millivolt.
Stop it. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can get that up to 5.2. There we go.
DC 5.21 volt.
Down just a hair. Okay. 521. I think we're good. Okay, and now let me check the voltage getting into the pi out of that. I'll check the voltage coming out up here again.
DC 5.02 volt.
There we go. Okay, so that gave us 5.02 on the pi headers, on the pi pins. So that worked. Whatever happened there worked. but we have to restart the firmware because I think when I touched the pins, it kind of caused an error. Cannot update MCU config. It is shut down once the underlying issue. So it shut down my MCU. Okay, so let's restart this. Something obviously happened when I was reading the voltages, so we'll restart this sucker and we'll go from there. Okay, we got that voltage adjusted. So maybe that was the issue with the little latency there, is the fact that that 5-volt power supply needed to be putting out a little bit more. Yeah, very small turns. Yeah, okay, we got that done. We'll see what happens. This is a good little meter. I got this meter a long time ago. It's got a little button on the red. You push it and it speaks your voltage to you. I guess that's if you're a seeing impaired electrician, or if your meter, of course, is somewhere where you can't really get at it or see it because you're around a corner, it'll speak your voltages to you, which is really cool. I don't remember where I got this. I've had this for years. I broke the stand off of it at one point. I wish I knew a 3D printer who could print me a new stand, but one day. The power is too low, touching them causing it to drop. You probably need to go higher. You want to aim for 5.2 volts. Oh, do I? 5.2 volts at the... Okay, well, maybe I can do that. Let's see what we got here. That's going to be... I'm gonna grab a couple pins. Let's see. I didn't expect to do this, but you know what? If we're doing it, let's do it right, right? I have a couple of in here. They're already pre-made, if I could find them. Where did I put those? Meter that could output to Streamlabs. Oh, wouldn't it, eh? I was riding the minimum voltage. Okay, that would make sense. So anything that was going to take a little bit of a voltage drain is going to cause it to freeze. Okay, so let's find my little pins. There's one there. And there's one there. This is what I'm looking for. These pins will be easier to read the voltages from. I have these little, I don't even know what you want to call them. Little pins that I can plug into the thing there. Okay. Okay. And I wonder if that would even... Okay, let's just get these unwired. So I got these little pre-made things here. I can probably clip them. Will that fit in there? No. But I can take this. And just take this pin out. This will be easier for me to hold on to. Okay, take that off. And take that off. Now I can plug these into the board. So, yeah, I should have done a black and a red one, but hey, I'll remember. So we can plug that into here. That's our positive. Let's not touch anything. Let's get you off to the side there because everything is grounded here. I just don't want to short it out. Actually, let's do that after we get the meter over here. We'll crank that up to 5.2 like you suggest. I'm trusting you. This is all new territory to me. Doot, doot. Okay. Okay, let's go. I'm here behind the machine. Let's put the black on first because I don't. Third one was the ground, right? Third one. Let me double check to make sure. Hey, Astro Smoke, get a bag for the smoke. There's not going to be any smoke. I just want to make sure that that's the right pin. Yeah, third one's the ground. Okay. And then we'll plug the positive into the first one. Okay. Let's get our reading now. Okay, it doesn't want to stay, so give me a second. I got to figure out a better way to do this. Okay, I got to figure out a better way to get these to sort of connect. Give me a second here. Do some overclocking. Yeah. Do I have a little? Oh, these, I know where my little clips right here. Let me just see if this will. Let me see if this will help. I need 3 hands here is what I need. No. Okay, this is just getting a little humorous right now. Little humorous. I just don't have enough hands to do this. Isolated alligator clip. That's what I got different alligator clips. I'm just going to grab them. They're a lot better if I can find where I put them. I have alligator clips here. Where did I put them? Okay. I just need one of them. I just need to get one of them held on. Very sketchy. Everything I do is sketchy. Everything I do. There we go.
DC 5.06 volt.
Okay, let's get up to 5.2.
DC 5.24 volt. 5.21 volt. DC 5.20 volt.
Okay, there we go. We got it. 5.2 volt coming up to the I/O pins. Gonna have to do doodly do. That should hopefully stabilize our power for the Pi, preventing some of those issues that have been happening. There we go. Okay. And just so you know, just the way I tied it in was electrical tape to the rescue. Worked fine. Gave me a free hand. Let's throw this, let's put this meter away now. And we're going to have to redo, of course, the PID. But I may end up just doing the PID for the, where did I put my meter? Right here. Okay. I'll do the hot end PID first, or the nozzle. The heater. Okay, let's try again, see if this thing relaunches. There we go. We are relaunched. Let's home things here. Again, make sure everything's still working. I didn't mess anything up too badly. No, we're homing. We're doing good. Okay, this will tell me whether or not that's going to fix that issue. Okay. Okay, we homed fine. Let's, where are we at temperature-wise now for everything? So we're at 35 on the bed. I know this is going to be pain. I think I'm going to PID. Let's do the hot end first. Okay, let's copy that. And target, I'm going to do it to 215. There we go. There, now these numbers should go steady now, because the issue we were having before was these would freeze and jump all over the place. We have no more warnings. Those warnings with the Pi temp, the voltage have gone. So let's see what happens. This should be good now. PI doo-doo, yes. So the hot end is getting hot. Let me just double check, make sure the hot end is getting hot. And yeah, the hot end is getting hot. Of course, the thermostat's not going to lie to me, so. Holy crap, 2 hours already. See? Always a way to kill time. I didn't know I had a voltage issue going to the Pi. That's good to know. And that's probably what was causing the issues the last time that this printer was running as well. I assumed if I was getting 5 volts out of that power supply, I was getting 5 volts into the Pi. You guys taught me something new again. Thank you. Thank you. If you click on the machine tab, you can see the CPU usage. Okay. Oh, right here. Or where? Bandwidth, load, CPU 2. So that's actually very little. So it's actually doing not bad. Standalone Pi can take 6 volts, but connected to a power supply with a printer, you don't want the opposite problem where you're riding the max and a small spike happens. Oh, okay, good. That's good to know. I did not know that. I will ensure that with the I'll ensure that on my Voron machines I have the same thing. The product glossies say 5.2. Okay, cool. I didn't realize that there was a little bit of a droppage in voltage from the power supply to the Pi. Drink. Yeah, thank you. I'll have a drink. Learned something new and fixed an issue. And we'll drink. Hey, while we're waiting for this, why don't we have a look at that print for fun? Let's see how we're doing with our PID. Oh, it's done. That was fast. PID parameters, KP 20, blah, blah, blah. It's done. Okay, let's save config. We got the PID done. That. Okay, we're going to restart, and then we'll do the bed. May as well do it while we're here. And then I promise next week we'll be printing. That's the extruder. There's the bed. I'm going to do that up to 65. I'm going to do that up to 70 because it's usually cooler down here. Wires are just low resistors where length matters. Ah, okay. And PID on the bed, and then let's see if that's going to do what it's supposed to do. Yeah. 33.7. Let's see the CPU usage on this thing. CPU usage is staying low, which is good. There we go. There goes the bed. Cool. Oh, while we're looking at that, let's have a look at the print I did that came off of the K1 today. I just did a Flexi Factory dinosaur just for fun. So this is straight off the bed just now. So our little dinosaur yellow filament, pretty good. Print looks nice. So, and bottom layer looks really good. They had a couple updates on the firmware, so here's our bottoms. Hard to see on the bright color filament, but the bottom layer looks great on that. Better than it did before. They must have fixed. They did fix something with the Z offset because for the auto calibration, because I was getting a terrible bottom layer on this printer before. So that looks good. So I'm happy with that. That's a great print off of that thing. Ethan will love this. He loves dinosaurs. So I'll give that to Ethan. And that's a clean print. It's got a few, it's got a little hickey in here from the filament I had in here prior to the yellow. I didn't purge the filament out quite proper. Good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Excited. I'm happy with that. Cool. Does that stand up? Does he stand up, T-Rex? Let's see. Oh, T-Rex does stand up. Oh, look, he's cute. Come on, T, stop. There he goes. He's a good-looking print. I'm fortunate. I haven't had the issues with my K1 that a lot of other people have had, especially Sam. Sam had issues, but maybe I got a better unit. So you never know. And I also got another little tip from Sam, which I love. And luckily, I was able to get it in Canada. So I'll show you guys. Let me put that back in. I started using this product. Where'd it go? Right here. I ordered some of this stuff, and boy, does it work good. 3D lac. I saw Sam using this when he was showing off one of his K1 streams. This stuff works incredibly well. I like this. Don't get me wrong. I still love my nanopolymer adhesive, but this stuff is a lot less expensive. I can get it from Canada, and it works really well. It's a spray you just on your bed, and it works really well. So yeah, anyways, just wanted to sort of show that off. I'll probably do a stream on bed adhesion one day and show all that stuff off. You use that too, Jose? Yeah, it's great stuff, isn't it? Okay, we're still PID tuning on the bed. That little graph looks pretty consistent for the bed PID tuning right here. Hey, anytime, John. Half the stuff that I learn, I see things on other people's streams. He wasn't even talking about this stuff, and I just saw him spray this on his bed, put it aside, and I said, what are you using? And he told me, so I looked it up, and man, it works good. Very strong smelling though. Be careful. Don't open the bottle and go like I did, because you'll kind of feel that a little bit. But it's suitable for all types of materials. Adhesive spray for 3D printers, prevent warping. You get 100 mil. I don't remember what I paid, but just Google and look up 3D Lac Plus. And yeah, and it's made, and it's a product of Valencia, Spain. It smells like alcohol. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. It's a product of Valencia, Spain. And yeah, but they have it at a supplier here in Canada, and I guarantee they have it at a supplier in the US. And if it's a product of Spain, you're going to be able to get that anywhere. It's cheap and it works. Exactly. I hate to say this, but I may not have to buy any more nanopolymer adhesive. I mean, I still have a lot of it. I'll still use it, but yeah. I mean, I've done a few prints with that thing, and there is absolute zero warping. I need to, now that I got the bamboo upgraded to the P1S, I need to actually do a, let's finish our calibration. We had to recalibrate because after the rebuild, we recalibrated and all that. So I've actually got to try printing some ABS parts on this now that I've actually done the upgrade to the P1S and make sure all the fans and everything are working. So I'm going to be doing that one of these days as well. So after and how many guys are on here right now? Let's see. What do we have? We have 20. I have no idea how many are watching right now. I can't tell. 27 watching. Cool. And 24 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. But after this build is done, I've kind of decided I'm going to maybe step away from doing builds. Modifications, possibly upgrades, possibly like I did on the bamboo. But I think builds have been done to death. And if you think about it, a lot of the new printers that are coming out now are pre-built Core XY enclosed, or in the case of the bamboo, unenclosed until they did the P1S printers. So I think that I want to focus more moving forward into the fall this year with my channel, because my channel is stagnant in growth, which is my own fault. People don't want to sit through 2-3 hour live streams, and I don't blame them. It's interesting to some people, not interesting to all people, but I want to focus more on what these printers will do and practical printing, and what you can do to make these printers do what you want them to do. I want to focus more on that end of it, because everybody and their brother is doing the builds. And the builds can John Cook, I'm ready to jump into Core XY. Well, exactly. And I'll still do the Core XYs. I still have to rebuild my Trident. I just don't know if I'm going to live stream the build. I think I will build it and then live stream. Here it is. This is what I did. Here's how it's going to work. Here's what I did to improve it. Here's what I added on to it, etc. You love watching builds, and I know, I agree. Builds are great, and I love watching builds too. I do. I like watching live builds, but they don't. The goal is for me to grow my channel this year and next year, and this year it's been stagnant. It's just been stagnant, and I think it's because all I've been doing is live streams. I need to add more shorter videos where people will actually stick around and watch a video and say, hey, that was interesting. Let's subscribe to this guy and see what he does next. So hang the Trident from the ceiling and print content. That would be funny. That would be cool. But I do have to rebuild the Trident. Right now, it's just a bare frame, and I'm going to be doing the inverse electronics, et cetera, et cetera. Now, again, the inverse electronics might be an interesting thing for people to watch. People might be interested in that. But again, if it's a 2 or 3 hour live stream at a time, people just don't want to tune into that. So yeah, build streams are long, but I think people that are getting into 3D printing now, people that buy this Bamboo printer, people that buy the K1, the K1 Max, who else is it? It's Kingroon has their new Core XY enclosed printer now. A lot of people are getting into that. People want to know, what can I do with my printer? How can I improve my printer? How do I change my nozzle? How do I fix this? How do I fix that? So that's kind of maybe the direction I want to take my channel. And yes, everybody does that as well. But everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has a different idea on how to do things. Everybody has a different idea on how to print this, on how to design to print something practical. So CNC maker, functional builds, exactly. Little examples like I had a client come to me. He had a bass guitar. He had an old bass guitar, not an old bass guitar, but it had a battery compartment in it. And he said to me, he didn't like the battery compartment. The spring was broken. The top kept popping open, so he had duct taped it down. So he left it with me. I went ahead and I just went into Fusion 360 and just took measurements from him, designed this part. Okay, that's 4 little screw holes. It screws into his bass guitar. There's the input for the battery cable. It's a 9-volt battery that sticks in there. The tolerance on this seems pretty loose, which it is, but when the 9-volt battery's in there, it actually keeps this cover closed nice and snug because the battery is pushing on the cover a little bit. And then when he wants to change his battery, he just has to slide that cover out, change his battery, slide the cover back in. That's a practical print. That's the type of thing I want to start talking about and saying that this is so easy to do and you can make decent money at this. And then again, this is the same thing printed, but this was done in PLA on the Bamboo, and the white that you're seeing in there is the Bamboo support material. And I just used the Bamboo support material on the interface between the part and where the support's got to come off. And it makes a huge difference in the quality of where the support material is and separating it. But it's things like that. It's little things like this that I want to kind of focus on and talk about. This is what you can do. The guy, he brought it to me because he saw that we do 3D printing, and he said, "Is there anything you can do for this?" And I looked at it and I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's easy for me to model this up and give you a 3D printed one." Boom. And I said, "If you ever have any issues with the one I gave you," I said, "come back. I'll print you another one for free." But I said, "You're not going to have any issues with it." So, and that's one practical thing. I've done several of these things where I've had people come to me and say, "Can you do this?" So those are great ideas. So those are the type of things I want to kind of focus on, practical ideas, and get the education out there that you can pretty much fix anything, almost anything, with a 3D printer and half a brain in a sense. So yeah. So how's our bed PID coming along? Let's see. We must be done by now, right? Yeah, we are. Okay, so the PID on the bed finished. I have no idea what KP means and what KI means and KD. I think that's Kup, Key, and Kid. All I know is I trust them, and I go save, config, and enter, and we're going to reboot. And our PID tuning is done. You like where you're heading? We need folks like you to be ambassadors to promote more confidence and technical diversity in the field. Thank you, John Cook. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But I just, as I say, my goal, I do this because I love it, number one. Trust me, I don't do this for the money. I make diddly on YouTube. Very little. But I want to change that. I'd like to have a little bit of passive income from that, but I'm stagnant now. I can't hit 2,000 subscribers. It's very difficult for some reason. But if I change doing things, I'll still do my Sunday live streams. Don't get me wrong, but I want to do more of what we've been talking about. I'll do but the live streams will probably entail more so of, oh, look how we designed this, or how we printed this, or this is the practical prints we did this week, and maybe have some people on the stream with me and say, what did you do this week? And yeah, everybody has done that. And I understand that all this has been done, but a different perspective is always nice. So that is always nice. Anyways, guys, that said, I thank everybody here who's, as long as you don't print benchies. No, I won't print. I promise you, Jack Black, they won't be benchies. I won't even do a benchy test print on this as the first print. I'll probably do I don't know what I'll do on this. I want to eventually put a 0.8 or a 1 millimeter nozzle on this and make a massive garbage can. So 2K is a respective number. Thank you. And I want to get there. I really do want to get there. I'm at 1.8. I don't even know what I'm at now. I'm at 1,800 and something. I'm kind of just stuck. There's just that little bit of a boop hump to get over. So I know how hard it was to get to 1,000. I think once you get to these certain peaks, it's going to happen. But I think if I change my format up just a little bit, that might give me that little bit of a kick in the ass I need to get it up there. 1.9, perfect. Then I'm close to 2,000 then. I'm 100 away. So I am 100 away. And I should offer a very special prize to subscriber number 2,000. That doesn't mean you have to unsubscribe and try and be number 2,000. So you tune in for the talent, not as much as the content. Oh, thanks, Snapshot. I appreciate that. I don't consider myself talented in this because I learn a lot from you guys, but hey, a lot of people tune in for the injuries too, right? So, which I haven't done in a while. So, but anyways, that said, we are at our well over our 2-hour mark. I want to thank everybody for tonight. Thank everybody for being here and being patient as we got done what we got done. There are other flashing dollars at the social rock stars in space just to promote themselves. I don't see that as a true organic, sustainable path. No. I get a lot of people offering to sell me subscribers. I won't do that. I will not do that. If I don't earn it out of my own merit, that's not the way I work. But thank you, everybody, very much. And I will see everybody again next Sunday. And we'll keep going. And hopefully, let's push some plastic through this thing by next Sunday. Okay, that's the goal. To get some plastic going. So let's do it. Thank you so much, everybody. You have a great night. Jose, thank you for staying up for the entire stream this time. I appreciate that. Talk to you guys later. And thank you so much, everybody, for the super chats. That was generous and greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. I love all you guys, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye for now.